Good evening. Although my last video was cut by 21 minutes, why am I letting you know this? Because you have to know everything just about. You got to know what I know, what I'm doing. Anyways, one of the funny things I came up with tonight, I think it was funny. I think monkeys are French. I think monkeys come from the origin of where the French come from. Because when a monkey goes, that's actually, okay, a French guy saying I. Okay, but in French they say E. The monkey says E. Therefore, he's saying I. So he's French. So he's saying, look at me. Look at me. And he's scratching his head and scratching his ass. He's not sure which brain to scratch. He's got brains everywhere now. He doesn't know what to do. He's walking around. His arms are moving. Anyways, so I want to show you one thing. I opened up a dice cube. I opened up a dice cube all the way. In the center of the dice cube, I opened up a flat dice cube with a 6. On one side was a 2. On the other side was a 5. Now, if I went further to the other side and unraveled this side, don't count the 1 yet, okay? This 1 is underneath here. When I unravel the whole cube, you get 6, 5, 1, 2. And then you get 2, 1, 5. But eliminate that, okay? Because the 1, okay, is an eliminated number. You cannot use it actually anywhere else. The ace is seen. When you put an ace in the middle of a 2 dice, it's a 3 dice. But when you put the ace in the middle of a 4 dice, it becomes a 5 dice. When you put the ace in the middle of the 3 dice, it remains the same thing. But when you put the ace in the middle of the 6 dice, that 6 dice will now show 7 marks. Okay? It's the only dice that additions when the ace comes to town. We are the ace. Spirit. So this would be 6, 5, 2. And if I unravel the dice this way, it's 6, 2, 5. Now I'm going to read it in order. 2, 5, 6, 2, 5. Mayan, count, the long count for the end of time, 25,625. Now, if you want to do the short count of 5,125, what you have to do is you have to take the dice again and redo another structure here, and it'll show you the short count or the simple count of 5125. Another thing is it counts 22 this way, which means life, and it counts 19 this way, which means spirit, the one spirit of birth. Total, it equals to 41. And that's the total amount you need to get to the Mediterranean for the first time in Monopoly. And guess what? That's where it is right now. All over, isn't it? Isn't it? There's not a war going on, but you know what? I listen and read a few articles. And some I tend to believe, and some I tend to not to disbelieve. One of them I was reading was about Monsanto's. Okay, what Monsanto's? What it meant? What was that? The Mentos? Mentally retarded, sick eggs. I don't remember what I was going to say about Monsanto's. I'm going to look into my book, see if it's anywhere here. But what I did see is that apparently 30 to 50 people who have worked for Monsanto's and the corporate on top are now inside the government. Now, how bullshit shit is that? I mean, come on, guys. Anonymous, you know what? You know what? You should just let them know out there, Anonymous. All you got to let them know is what you've already been telling them. You knock one of us off, you're going to take another one. But you know what you should do? You should throw at them some cockamamie agenda just to screw them up and make them think. You know what I'm saying? Just something really weird and stupid. Because you know what? They're going to believe that anything can happen now. When they think Man is now out of order. He's out of order. We're out of order. You know why? Because we're starting to talk, but they push us back. So what do? We push a little harder. They push a little harder. We push a little harder. Holy fuck. Isn't this the land of freedom, the rights for all? Well, you can't take away it doesn't work that way. It's for everybody. If it's not working for the majority, then there's something wrong. There's something wrong. Let me show you something else. Okay? Monsantos. So what happens now, okay, is here's the one. It goes in the center over here of the 6. Okay, you have 3 dots here and 3 here. One is an X inside a square. The other ones are O's inside a square. Okay, this one over here is the 3 dice. Okay, and on top of the 3 dice is the 4 dice. What happens to the 3 dice? See the dots? Only look at the round circles, okay, that don't have the X's in it. That's the 3 dice. When you put the 4 on top of it, no matter what, you're going to make a corner here and a corner here. That's an automatic 10 corner. Why is it a 10 corner? Because if this was your telephone, that would be 1, that would be 9. If I did it the other way, this would be 3, 7, 3, and this would be 7, 10, 10. Okay? Those are the connections. But when the connection is made, this corner of 3 and this corner of 7 become one straight line of 3, because that's where it's coming from. 7 connects to 3. Now they're both 3. Do you understand what I'm saying? Command and create. How do you command and create? You take 3, you put it up to the 7th gate, you give it the energy, kapoof, you create. Becomes 3, 3. Just like the 1 becomes 1, 1. Or, you know what's so funny about? It's just there's so many 1s. And one of the ones that we never count, and the reason we don't count it is because it's 11. Okay? You cannot say, oh, he's 11-teen. Look at him go. He can't be 11-teen, because when you use the T, okay, it is for the teen. I'm going to try and explain to you something, that a teen is at 13. 1 and 3 is 4. Once you have 4 corners, you are now a teen. You are a square. You are a flat face. You are a cube. Okay, that's all you are. That's your life. You are just a cube. Okay, I don't know exactly how we roll around, bounce around. I always thought we were actually a marble, but it seems like we might be just a cube inside our head. How do they show us that for the eye vision? Anyways, isn't that funny? Cube, C-U-B-E. How about we spell cube with Q-U-B-E? Because it is a female's world, isn't it? For the cube, for the queen. Queen cube. Anyways, what was I getting at right now? Oh, yes. So now what happens is I have to find the value of that X. Let's say that X is 10 and this. No. What the value happens in this, all it does is it wakes you up and says we have to use this one twice, this one once, this one twice, this one once. So if this is 1 and 9, since they both light up, 1 and 9, 9 and 1 equals 20. Automatically, 20 is the beta world. Okay? In this one, none of them add up. They're all singulars and they all connect. Since they all connect, we can count them. 1, 4, 7, 12. 5 in the center is 17. 3, 20, 26. And 9 in the corner, 35. Total of 35. 3 and 5 is 8. Okay, the total was 35. Now watch this. 3 and 5 is 8, the heavens. 3 plus 5 is 8, the heavens. 3 times 5 is 15, the one spirit of the 5 passage, which is the O, which is actually the 15th letter, which is the egg. Okay, 15 and 8. I made a mistake somewhere. 3 and 5 is 8. 3 times 5 is 15. 15 and 8 is 23. Another 23 from another direction. Again, this must be my 40th one. Somebody should just go on and look at all my 23s, and I'll explain every single one of them. I probably remember everything I've done in my 10,000 pages. It's almost like it's not that. How can you forget? I'm actually all around the same area. Okay, doing actually almost the same thing, turning things upside down and removing reshaping and using a dice and just consistently going over and over till maybe one day I'm going to have some sort of pattern. So anyways, what I would say in here is this would be 2, this would be 18, would be 20, this one would be 4 over here, which would be 20, no, 3 over here. 23, 28 in the center, 34. This dice over here would count for a 3 and a 4 dice because it totals 3 and 4. Okay, I just told you I added them up to 34, and that's how I made the dice with a 3 and a 4. Now, another thing that you can do with this, when you have this dot here and this dot over here, it means you can draw a line extending from here to here. So let's see what happens when I draw that line. By following just the center point, okay, which is the axis in the center of the ace, we get the X. But because of this here and this here, the secondary effect that it has, okay, is, I'm going to try and draw this with this. Because it has the extra arm inside of here, it gives it the ability to stretch down. Okay, this one can also stretch across, creating the letter N inside of here. Okay, boom, 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 the letter N. The other thing I was going to show you was, like I just showed you, take the 3 and the 4, you put it into each other, it becomes this. You take the 2 and the 5, you put it into each other, it's this. The same thing. This and this and this and this, same thing. Total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 is 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 is 7. Go play roulette and ask them about the odds. It's all about what I'm showing you. Okay? There's only 5 showing up. 5 showing up. And with the 6 dice, okay, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 7. So the numbers in this one would be 755. So I don't know if it's 5. And it can be any order. When it's 3 numbers, it can be in any order. Just like you got through. Anyways, I didn't even go to the clock yet. Oh my God, you got 3 arms in the clock. That means you could be pointing in the 6 directions. You have minutes. Don't forget, you only have 60 minutes. We're missing 40 to make 100. Doesn't everything end at 100? Why is it ending at 60? Time. You see, time can't be changed. Time ends at 60 minutes. Right? Something about time can't be changed, right? Time ends at 60 minutes for a reason. And it's 60 minutes never even lasts longer than how many times is there? There's 24 60 minutes in a day. There's 24 times 60 minutes in a day. Holy fuck. I gotta go back to school. That's the first time I got something right. Was that right? 24? What page are we on? Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hold on. There's not much left, but for all of you who like to roll your own tobacco, in honor of weed, $1968. Hey, gee, what's going on? No, man. This smoking, man, is a good weed, man. Oh, fuck. I'm all fucked up. Oh, but what do you mean you're all fucked up? Well, I've seen all kinds of angels, man. Wow, man, they're so beautiful. Oh, man, I'm like in a big flower garden. Oh, hey, what's going on, bud? You still in that flower garden? Oh, yeah. Still in that flower garden, man. Them angels, they got them hot suits on, but For some reason, I can't move at all. It feels like I'm like rolling or something. I don't really know. But hold on a second. Hold on. Oh my God. Hey, guess what? Hey, what's happening, man? Hey, you smoking a doobie, you too? Hey, buddy. What's your name? I didn't hear you. What's your name? What? God? I am who I am? Hey, buddy, forever who you are, man. Come join us. You know you're smoking weed, God, eh? Yeah, for sure, man. For sure. The element, okay. Don't forget, okay. Now, I went through this already myself, okay. Somehow I've moved something altered in my head one day, and I got buzzed and stoned for like 5 hours off of one joint and a glass of beer. It was the weirdest thing in the world. One time, man, I saw the mother of Jesus. She was right in the sky. I said to myself, I says, I really want to go on a big buzz. I went so far, I ended up one of the medical centers. They let me in, they gave me a coloring book, and that's how it all began. It began on the night, but I was already into it. I didn't have to be into that. I didn't have to smoke a joint to get in. I was already in there. I was in there, but the weed, man, just helps you go. There's no boundaries. Man, you don't need no money. You go to sleep at night, you go anywhere you want, you get laid by anywhere you want, and no one knows. In your own dreams, my friend. You can dream as much as you want. It is the action that you must pay attention to more than anything. But wait a second. The action comes from a thought. There's an action. It would be like the adverb to the thought. Is that what the action would be? Anyways, I was thinking like, oh, don't say that. What did I say? You said, oh, E-I-E-I-O? No. E-I-E-I-O in numbers is actually 5959, ding, and the seconds. E is the fifth letter. I is the ninth letter. Do you know when you bend the U, okay, and they have the little rings at the top? Those are the actual eyes on the top. Breather holes. Man, we are in an ocean over here. Sometimes I can actually sense that I'm getting smothered by the air around me. Okay. This is some kind of filtered ocean of some sort. And then again, you know what? Um, how can I explain this? It's it's almost like the same thing as you ever watch Reboot on TV? You know, it's the same thing as that. You know, you see when they're in the game, when they get out of the game, but we're not actually. We're here as human beings, but our brain is not here. We're here, but we're not here. We're not here. We feel we live a life that's real, okay, but then our bodies, it's. I mean, think about it. How much brains do you need to stand up and do nothing? We can stand up and do nothing all the time. Is it that easy to stand up and do nothing? I'd like to see everybody in the world stand up and do nothing. It's impossible. That's why they got us by the balls. We always want to do something. We always want to go somewhere. You know what I'm saying? You know what I was thinking? Let's look at this a different way. Let's go at a flat rate. Let's say every man, woman, and child in the entire world was given a salary of $500 a week. Okay. $500 a week. That's it to start with. Okay. So that would mean 6 billion people. Okay. Would be 30 billion, 300 billion, $3 trillion, $3 trillion a day. Is that what it would cost to feed everybody? 500 bucks, 3 trillion a day. How much of that do we actually work for that $3 trillion? So that means we have to get a profit of $3 trillion so that we can, don't forget, if you're four in a house, that's $2,000 a week. You know what I'm saying? Up to a certain limit, of course. But the reason I came up with this number is because I just want to show you there's their higher class, the lower class, there's all kinds of difference. And then we need, forget about, apparently, if everything is done right, the highways should pay for themselves. And then we need the hospitals, and then we need certain other things. So let's say we would need $4 trillion a day to run everything. Does that work out anybody? Does anybody know anything? To feed the entire world. I'm trying to figure out to feed the entire world, to connect us together, to continue on into the flight of evolution. And don't forget, not everybody's going to be for everything, because some people just can't advance in their own minds. We have to advance, but we have to advance at the pace of man. Man lives to 80 because we did something. Man's going to live to 90. We're going to do something. Well, we die because God stops it all there. He says, you had enough? He says, until man learns to love, man's going to keep on dying. You know what I'm saying? Do it for your country. Well, if nobody died, you say, okay, let's go and shoot a couple. But what if nobody died? We're going to go to war and we're going to shoot people, but nobody dies. Just like in a video game, it's not working in a video game. You're shooting, no one's dying. So then they come and they jump on you and you jump on them, and no one's losing any life. And so what are you going to do in the game? You're not going to want to play anymore. You understand what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? I think I stopped there. There is just so many things. Oh, I did want to show you one other thing. Can I make this smaller and show you this? I don't know if you're going to be able to see this. Where are you? Okay, here it is. Let me make my screen bigger. I just want to show you something. This will be the first time I might be able to oh my God. Okay, I'm going to show you. Count from where it says 4 to 5. 11, 12, and 6 is 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 30. Creation. 5, 9, 10, 11, 6, 17, 18, 19, 20, 25, 28, 30. It's 30, 30, 30. It's all part of creations. And if you noticed, okay, they're all cubes, everything that I was doing. Whoever did this, or whoever they did this, if you ever see this, I might work on this and tell you what this code is underneath this, because there's a code inside of this. Okay, they didn't. I'm not sure if they unfolded these dice or what they did exactly. But what I did do is I did a count from the top to the bottom also. 1, 4, 3 on the left top, left 1, 4, 3, 8, 9. Birth becomes the 6th man in the beta world, and you see the way it turns the other way. Okay, it's because it stops and it turns towards the side, and the top of the 4 is like making a dot on the eye. How can I show this here? You see this dot here from the 2? You see this straight line here? It's like 2 dots. When you do this over here, okay, it's like a connection, center connection. It makes a V. Okay. Over here, the 6. Wait, no, not this 6. Hold on a second. I don't think you're going to find one, but here it is. Okay. The 6, the dot here, and this one line here, 3 dots and an eye, comes from another cube. It's because this eye and this one, they connect. 6 and 4 connects. So this one touches this one touches this one. And it's really like saying I. And if they reverse it, it's 1 and 3. And on this side, it's 3 and 1. So there's... where am I? Oh, I moved my screen over. So, yeah, and it's not that I know everything. I just know there's something there. Something about creation. That's what I'm saying. If somebody's looking to see, I don't know, an answer to some stupid question or some riddle, that's what I like to do. There's designs inside the riddles that say, hey, look, I found a mouse. Right away, whatever they were talking about, I have to see something about a mouse. It can be anything. It can be the Urantia book. It can be the Torah. It can be the Kabbalah. It can be Scientology. It doesn't matter what it is. it's all the same game to me. You know what I'm saying? It's just a big game. It's just a big, large puzzle of ripping things apart. The same way the scientists dig out the ground and they tear up a body and they say, "Hey, this body is." I'm like CSI intelligence of the void. That's maybe what I should call it. I am the one who sees within the void. I'm going to write that down. One who visions within the void. But isn't that funny? Because they say, hey, there's nothing there. Wait, I envision within the void. Wait, there's nothing there. Wait, I envision within the void. Wait, there's something there. I envision within the view. I envision within the envision of visions. I try to do whatever I could. If you're doing something and you don't tell me and you say, hey, you can't do this, well, of course not. Obviously, you have done everything you've done in your life. You've done it all yourself. You made your own choices. Whether or not you had someone in front of you or behind you helping you or pushing you back or forward, at the end, it was your mind and your body moving yourself along. So at the end, it's your choice. Okay? We're not talking about safety now. But we have 28 minutes. What page can we pick now? It's the 3rd of March. I was telling you, okay, Russia, Russia, go, go, go. Middle East. Do you know what the Middle East is all about? It's all about that way. Everywhere else, it's this way. And the Middle East, it's that way. Wait, which way do the toilets flush in the Middle East? The same way as in Europe? Watch out which way your toilet flushes. It might mean something, right? Might mean two. Anyways, Middle East, 2 initials, M and E. If you read them as initials, they say Middle East. If you read them as letters, one is E and one is M. If you pronounce each letter as to the sounds it can give you, as the letter M has the E sound before it, when you say it to a French person, you are telling them you love them. The M is what stands free and intersects 2 sides of the alphabet at the 13th letter. The one spirit of the 3 creation making the 4 delta. And this is what everything is all about. Delta is 4, half delta is beta. 1 and 3 equals 4, half beta. The reason why half beta is because man is part, the angel is part, this world is part, so it's all in different numbers. Different parts of creation will give you a different number. Obviously, hello, let's hook it up. Has it got a number on it? Has it got a color on it? No, man. Got all the stuff, all the wiring has come in. Yee, man. There ain't no colors. No green, no red, no white. 3 wires. The one on the ceiling's got colors. This one don't got colors. What am I supposed to do? What do you do? Well, right now, we are going down, believe it or not, and I have to do this. We are down to the nitty-gritty. Okay? No more choices is the reasons. That all the wires are now the same color. We do not know which way to go. No matter which choice we make, we are going to be wrong. So therefore, all those, like I said in my previous videos before, if you like anything I say, there's these groups out there all over the place. Look them up. Maybe they need a little help, maybe a little advance, something to prepare for in the future. I know we're not allowed to associate in groups, so maybe we should do this through a church. What can we do? And watch out, because the churches are involved, some of them. You have to be very careful in this. And what are we actually trying to do? We want to be able to just be able to stand together as a group. That's all. Like, let's say if there's 200, let's say there's, like in New York City, if you took 25 million, you put 10 million to the street, what are the soldiers going to do? You see, it's not about, you see, really, it'll never make it to the street. It doesn't need to make it to the street because the truth comes out right here on the internet, and people start to see and believe and understand that there is a consciousness to this world. There is, okay, a new vibration coming within. They sang it in the 60s. New World Order was put up there a couple of hundred years ago. They sang the music in the 60s. Don't you see time has come to be exactly like it was predicted, note for note? Nostradamus, they read it as, oh, look, Nostradamus says something's going to come down. Hello. You ever take a look at those planes at 9/11? I saw about 20 different videos, and I can tell the difference between a real plane and another plane, because the other plane is usually bland when it's on the outside. It'll shine on one side, and the fake plane, the colors will stay out a little bit more, or there'll be an inconsistency on the light. But anyways, all these have a value. This one here, right? This 5 here, oh, we did it with the 3. This 4 has a value. This is a 10 value. The 2 is a 10 value. Why? Because like I said, the 2 means 1/2, but it represents man, the half of man, the 10 of man, and the 10 of the world. But when you put the 2 over the 4, it doubles it up. And like I said, 1 and 3 create the 4. Now what happens, I'm going to try and show you. 1 and 3 create the 4. I'm going to show you exactly what happens, okay? 1 and 3 create the 4. Okay, I'm going to mark it down here. 1 and 3 create the 4. Okay, now what happens to this is you have to flip this over. You have to flip this over and duplicate it on the other side, because you have the angle, you have the satellite back to the spirit. Now you got to send this out. So you send it through a portal right here in the center. And then on this side, we'll put another 4, but on your telephone, it'll say 6. And then we have the, what do I got here? 1, 3, 4, 6. There. And then what you have is Sesame Street. 4114 is Sesame Street. 6336, this is creation of man. And the 3 U's, you, and you, okay, is your spirit, your angel, and I am as you. 3, 6. 6 is, you are the 1 passage, you are the 4 angel of God, you are the 7th gate, the 7th of God, you are of the 2 beta world, of the 5 passage, of the 8 heaven, of the 9 birth. 9 birth. 5. 5 and 9. 5 and 9, okay, the number 5 and the number 9 have the same letter count, 42. And on the other design I showed you, that's what the number count was in one row, 42. 42 means man and the heavens. That's what it elongates to, the 24-hour day, the 24 hours of man. I keep saying this differently all the time because in all actuality, I mean, it's not even really 24 hours. I mean, what are you really doing? I'm here. I'm going to bed. Get up. Stay up 16 hours. Go to bed. So, like, we're actually 16 hours and let's say 8 hours. Would you say that? Let's say we got up at 6 a.m. and we stood up till 2,200 hours. Why 2,200 hours? Because at 22, okay, it means life. And that's 10 o'clock at night. And then you sleep 8 hours and you get up at 6 a.m. And you know why 6 a.m.? Because man gets up at the hour of 6. The 5, he gets, or would he get up at 5 a.m.? When does the chicken crow? At 5 a.m. or at 6 a.m.? Because at 5 a.m. I'll give you one story. At 6 a.m. I give you another story. At 6 a.m. he crows for the number of man. Okay? He is the one spirit in the center. So, 6 a.m. There's been a universal question. Why do they say is man 6-22-6? Because man gets up in the morning, he stays up 16 hours till the 2200 hours at night, and he sleeps 8 hours to wake up at 6 a.m. again, giving you 6 2206 hours over here. Okay, so man's up for 16 hours a day. Hold on a second. 16 hours a day, 7 days, but you lose 1 day to God, right? So you only got 6 days. So you only got 96 hours. So in a whole week, you get 96 hours. Hold on a second. Listen to this. 96 hours times 52 is 2 by 6 is 12 is 1, 18, 19. And 0 is 5 is 30 is 3 is 48, 49, 92 hours. So we're up for 4,992 hours. And what's funny about that is because the 4 is the four corners. Four corners, whichever way you want to call it, which is 1379, which is the four corners of the beta world. It's what's actually holding up the roof. Okay, it's four corners, but there's actually 16 total. But the one side is 4 by 9. And then it says 92, 4992. And the 92 is what just happened a couple of days ago on the 29th of February. And the next one that's going to happen is on the 1st of April, the 92nd day this year. Normally the 91st day is April 1st. This year, April 1st is the 92nd day. The 91st day, which is normally April 1st, is April Fool's Day. They call it the Day of the Fish. Okay, and what's so funny about that? And the Day of the Fish and April Fool's is that number 91 is the 91st day, stands for the spirit of the birth. So we're up for 4,992 hours. So let me try to figure this out. If we made $10 an hour for every hour we were awake, every man, woman, and child, or just one person, we'd make $49,000 a year for just our hours awake. So that's really the most somebody can make. Staying awake and working 16 hours a day, the most somebody can make is $49,000. That's insane. That's nothing. That's insane. That's insane. That's crazy. That's crazy. So these boys, the Rothschilds, I mean, it's a little disgusting. The Rothschilds, yeah. So what can they do? I can go for a filet mignon dinner. They can go for a filet mignon dinner. I can go fishing. They can go fishing. I can take the sun. They can take the sun. I can eat eggs for breakfast. They can eat Monsanto's. You know what I'd say? Let's serve up dinners for everybody. We serve everybody who's for Monsanto's the Monsanto food, and everybody else gets filet mignon. We're going to leave it at that for now in this. Everything is a bliss. Everything is a blessing. Russia, Russia, Russia. I am totally with you guys. I am totally with you. China, China, China. Middle East. It's not Israel. It's the Zionists. Did I show you before? 2014 spells Zion. Okay, I want to show you something. I want to show you something. Can you see this? I can't see it myself. 2014. 2000, look, 2012. November 2012. How do you want to read this? It says Zion. It says 2012 on the same thing. 2012. Because the N is sideways. The N, Z, the N. At the same time, okay, oh my God, I'm going to stop because I don't want to, I want it to be good, and I think I did a decent rap this time. This coffee's pretty decent. I know my coffee. I love coffee. If there's anybody out there, preferably, I don't care. Whatever it is. You want to set up some kind of group, I have no time. I have lots of time. I have no time. Where are we going to go? What are we going to do? How can we do it? Anyways, so let me know what's going on. Raphael 7286. We are now surpassing the number of hours spent doing MrTacpans over and above Harry Potter. But you got to take a look at this. These two cats are so funny. Can I zoom in on them? Beep, beep. So we'll end this in a cat fight, just like any war. But look at these guys. I mean, they're just going to sit there and just fool around with each other. It's pretty cool, eh? What they do. They prepare. They turn around. I'm going to let it go in a second. I just want to see. Hey, buddy, what's going on? Find anything to pick up and pull, and he's flipping the floor.